The Witcher came back with another great season just in time for the holidays. The first season was full of great moments and character growth, but the second season was even better and had a lot more attitude. There were so many moments throughout the season that left us speechless and made it worth the wait. Now in this video, we're going to talk about the top moments of Witcher Season 2. First off, at number 17, we have Dermain flirting. Even though he dies in a bad way, Dermain was a very interesting character to watch. He was flirty with Yen and rude to everyone else. It was great to see otherness represented in a mainstream show. Even though it didn't last long, it was still nice to see. In the middle of the season, he showed that the elves are more than just trouble and conflict, there is hope. At number 16, we have Yen saving herself. In the Witcher series, Yennefer saves herself a lot, but this is the moment that makes her who she is. She's not only breaking a cycle of justified murder, but she is also choosing not to follow political plans. She's showing the Brotherhood and the royal family of the North that she's not just a pawn in their game. After all, she was doomed to either be tamed for good or be used as an example of why people should be afraid of a sorceress. She never gives up, even though she doesn't have any magic. Coming up at number 15, we have Geralt saving the day. The way Geralt looked out for Ciri the whole season was amazing, but it was this scene in episode 7 that really cemented his desire to be a father. Even though Yennefer was his true love, she couldn't stop him from taking care of his baby girl. Was this when Yen realized that Geralt's love for Ciri can't be stopped by a wish? At number 14, we have Temple of Melitele fight sequence. We won't say that there hasn't been a lot of good fighting in The Witcher, but the fight at the Temple of Melitele was really something. The fight was gracefully choreographed, and the brief slow motion parts made it even more interesting to watch. We do have some questions about the guy who brought a trident though. At number 13, we have Geralt and Vesemir fight Leshy Eskel. Geralt likes to be alone and spends most of his time on the trail by himself, but even witches have friends, peers, and teachers who help them. Geralt is given a warm welcome when he and Ciri arrive in Kaer Morhen. Unfortunately, Eskel is a little worse for wear because he met a Leshy. Eskel attacks Geralt after he was changed by the Leshy, and Geralt loses ground until Vesemir arrives. Vesemir wants to help save his old student, but Geralt knows it's too late. He puts Igni on his sword and thrusts the hot blade into Eskel's heart, killing both the monster and his friend at the same time. Now, at number 12, we have Yennefer and Tissaia reunited. This lovely moment shows how much the character has grown. If you showed Yen and Tissaia from the first season what they're like in the second, they would probably laugh. Tissaia had been clearly upset about Yen's death up until this point, so it was amazing to see how she reacted to Yen's sudden return. At number 11, we have Yennefer rescues Jaskier. This season, Yennefer, who had lost her magic, had to work with some strange people, like Fringilla and Cahir. But it's most fun to watch her with Jaskier. Even though they used to be enemies, it's touching to see how much both of them have changed since the last time they saw each other. When Jaskier is taken by the fire mage Rience and questioned, Yennefer decides to go back and save him on the spot. Rience gets a very nasty scar because of this. Even without chaos on her side, this shows how resourceful Yennefer is. At number 10, we have Geralt fights the Michelet brothers. The attack by Yennefer has left Rience with terrible scars. It doesn't stop him for long though. He goes to the Temple of Melitele to find Ciri. Geralt and Yennefer get there just in time though. While Yennefer takes Ciri away, Geralt fights Rience and the Michelet brothers, who he has hired to kill people. The cool scene that comes next shows that Geralt is not defenseless, even without his famous swords. It might not be as exciting as the fight scene in Season 1 called the Butcher of Blaviken, but it's always fun to see Geralt show off his best moves. At number 9, let's talk about Fringilla eliminates her rivals. Everywhere Fringilla goes, she meets skepticism and doubt. Dregobor says that she can only do what she's told, and her uncle Artorius seems to agree with this condescending view. So she decides to do something really bad to keep her job in Nilfgaard. She kills her disloyal generals one by one while Cahir watches. She does this by giving them mead with nightshade in it. As that knife slowly goes into the eye of one general, it's hard not to cringe. It was a shocking, gut-wrenching scene that made our hands sweat. If you watch the dog closely, after it licks the table, it seems to stop moving for a while. It might have licked some mead. At number 8, we have Ciri begins her training. At the stronghold of the Witchers, Geralt decides to teach Ciri how to protect herself. It's a big deal not only because it strengthens their friendship, but also because it marks the beginning of the change from royal runaway to real badass. The first time Geralt shows Ciri how to use a sword is our favorite training scene. It's a huge moment to see this first step, but later episodes also show that she works hard to improve her sword skills, stamina, and agility. We cheered for her hard work and determination on the obstacle course from the comfort of our couches. So close. Next up, at number 7, we have Geralt battles the Bruxa. This episode opened the second season with a battle battle that was bloody and hard on the heart. Geralt and Ciri hide out in Nivelun's house, who is cursed, but he's hiding a dark secret. He's in love with the Bruxa. Geralt uses signs and his sword to defend himself as best as he can while they fight in the snow. The Bruxa takes to the air, but Geralt knows she'll be coming. In the end though, Nivelun is the one who kills her. The Bruxa had loved him, which was sad. At least she had tried to keep her monster instincts in check. It's a bittersweet victory, full of small, big, and in-between wrongs. At number 6, we have The Wild Hunt. The Wild Hunt is an important part of CD Projekt Red's game, The Witcher 3, which was many fans' first experience with the series. In the first season, there was a small nod, but we didn't get to see the spectral riders until the second season. When Triss looks through Ciri's memories, we get our first look. But in the last episode of the season, Ciri takes herself, Yennefer, and Geralt to a place where the Wild Hunt is coming at them. The Wraiths of Morhaug are looking for the child of the Elder Blood, just like everyone else. Even though they were only there for a short time, it was a treat for longtime fans and a scary sign of things to come. At number 5, we have Burn, Butcher, Burn. The first season of The Witcher gave us Toss a Coin to Your Witcher, Jaskier's song about Geralt and what he does for a living. It's a catchy tune, but even though Jaskier did a lot for Geralt's reputation, in episode 6, Rare Species, The Witcher turned his back on the bard. In the second season, the continent's favorite singer is back to sing his heart out in an Oxenfurt tavern, and this time they're doing it with a diss track, Burn, Butcher, Burn. His new song is an angry story about how he used to be friends with Geralt, and boy is it a banger. We hope that one day we'll get to see what Geralt does when he hears this song. Moving on, at number 4, we have Amir's reveal. As fans of the Witcher series, we already knew this show's secret. Still, the big reveal was truly amazing. Turning slowly, the bad thing he did was exposed. How Cahir and Fringilla's faces looked. The cast and crew did a great job of showing us the main character who had been a mystery until now. At number 3, we have the Witchers confront Ciri. This final battle has so many great parts that it was hard to pick just one. When Volithmir takes over Ciri, all of Kaer Morhen's Witchers get to show what they can do. Geralt tries to save her while the Witchers fight off her basilisks. This causes Geralt and Ciri to briefly clash swords. Geralt also kills a very dangerous white basilisk. He does this on top of the castle walls. But one of our favorite parts is when, even though Ciri is dangerous, the Witchers work together to bring her back. Although they were mean to her when she first came, they now see her as one of them. In the end though, it's Yennefer's sacrifice that gives Ciri the chance to be saved. At number 2, we have Kaer Morhen. It's one thing to read about or play a video game version of Kaer Morhen. Seeing a show that brought Kaer Morhen to life was amazing. Even the small things, like the pendulum near the courtyard, were thought of. When Ciri and Geralt walk through the gate into Kaer Morhen, it feels like coming home. Finally, at number 1, we have Emperor Emhyr arrives in Cintra. We've been hearing about the White Flame of Nilfgaard for 2 seasons. In the last scene of the second season, it was finally clear what was going on. When Emperor Emhyr comes to Cintra, Fringilla and Cahir try to take credit for a bad plan that was actually their leaders. But the big surprise is that Emhyr is really Ciri's father Dunny, also known as Lord Urcheon of Erlenwald, who didn't die after all. Book and game fans already knew this, but it was a surprise for everyone else. Either way, it was a masterfully dramatic moment that brought the season to a close and left us eager to see what comes next. And with that, that's all for this video. Which moment was your favorite? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel for more exciting content in the future. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.